So at frame 21, we're going to push. We're going to start over with posing the character. So the down position. Remember, this leg is slightly bent. This leg is pointed upward like that. This foot should be flat. This leg is bent. We're going to push the waist forward and downwards. We're going to push the waist forward and downwards. I'm going to select this foot control. I'm going to roll it until it's flat. I'm going to select this foot control. We're going to select the roll feature. I'm going to roll it like that until we get a slight bend in the leg. Scrub through a bit. I think that the waist needs to be pushed forward a bit. And downwards. So I have the down position right there. Look closely right here. See that the legs are sliding below the main line that we have here. So that means that we need to push this leg up. We want to use this main line as a guide. We don't want to go below it with the feet. Alright. The next, so once we're satisfied with this down position, highlight everything, press S. Going to go to frame 25. Frame 25. I'm going to click here. Frame 25 would be the passing position. And we know how the passing position looks. This leg is straight, this leg is bent, so we're going to move. Remember, so anytime you want to move the character, you move the waist forward and upward. And you're going to move this leg that was behind here, you're going to move forward and upward. So you're going to come off the ground a bit. And remember, the waist is going to be elevated. So that's why we move it forward and upward. So grabbing the waist control, moving it forward, move it upward vertically. Grab this foot control here, move it forward, upward. The waist needs to come forward some more, like that. Want to put some roll on this foot here. Roll it like that. Alright, that looks good. So that's the passing position. Highlight everything. Press S. We're going to now go to the step position. Step position happens at frame 29 or the up. Now with the up position, this leg is going to be, we're going to move the waist forward and upward slightly so that this leg becomes bent and this foot is bent forward like that. So go to frame 29 for the passing position, for the up position. Move that waist forward, move it up slightly, a little bit. Want to grab this foot control, move that forward. I'm going to roll it the other way. Go to the roll feature and roll it in this direction. So now if you realize the foot is straight here, that means all I have to do is just move the waist forward a bit. Waist up, move that forward. Put some roll on this one. Moving that forward. Roll, put the roll feature there. We have a step position right there. Once we're satisfied, highlight everything, press S. Final key pose happens at frame 33, which is the contact pose. And that pose is this one where this leg that was in the step position is now straight, so both legs are going to be straight. We're going to get that pose now. Frame 33, select that, move that forward. Have it come down a bit because it's moving down from the up position. Put this leg here. Wants to move forward some more. Create a bit of distance in the gate position here. Once we're satisfied with that, highlight everything and press S. Let's scrub through our animation. So we've completed the second step. Now what we did earlier with the waist in terms of having that vertical rotation and that horizontal rotation, if you look closely, see we have that rotation on the first step. We're now going to do the same thing on the second step because the waist is just stationary for the second step. So I'm going to go to the end here at frame 33. Remember when this leg is in front and this leg is behind, the pelvis is going to be tilted in that direction. So it will be facing, it'll be facing this direction here. So we're going to grab the swinger control. We're going to rotate the hips in this direction like that. And to have it want to tilt up a little like that, we'll straighten it out. For frame 29, we want to ensure that the pelvis is facing in that direction like that. Rotate it up. Frame 25, both the hips, it should be straight like that because both hips are at the same level. So the pelvis will naturally be straight. We can have the frame 21 just tilting a little bit over, but it will still be facing over in this direction. So when we scrub through our animation, we see that we have the pelvis twisting in the other direction. Now, what we need is that vertical tilt. So we have the horizontal tilt on the second pose. We're going to need that vertical tilt like that. So remember what we've established. We've established that each time the character is on the passing position, so let's go back to frame 9, the torso, the pelvis would be tilted in this direction. So if we go frame, remember, so frame 25, so alright, so what happens is that so here this pelvis is tilted in that direction. So whenever this foot over here is lifted, the pelvis is tilted like that. So that is my observation of the reference video. So at frame 25, because this foot has been lifted off the ground, that means that the pelvis will tilt in this direction. So we're going to grab the swinger control here and we're going to tilt. Notice how I rotate the camera to get a better hold of the handle. You have to develop that habit of rotating that. So we're going to tilt the pelvis like that. to have the pelvis tilting like that. I would put a little tilt and go to frame 29 and put a little tilt over on this side here. We're not going to trouble frame 33. Let's go back to frame 21. 21 is fine. It's tilting in that direction. We can have it slightly getting ready to tilt in a little bit. Because we want a nice transition from 17 to 21 into 25 in terms of it being tilted. So let's have a look. We're going to play the animation and see how it looks. So we're seeing that she's now having there when we look at the bottom, you can see that the back has a lot of rotation as how a female would walk. So we included both the vertical and lateral rotation. Now there are some other things we need to do as it relates to the feet. I want to look at the reference video here, and I want you to look closely at the feet area because she does a little bit of rotation with the feet. Like if you observe this foot, it kind of actually is a bit angled in that direction. See if I can find a better angle, frame by frame. So this foot here, it is now pointing out in a particular direction. So I'm going to show you what is happening. So like this happens at around at the passing position, and on the step position, the feet would tilt. So I'm going to grab the foot control here, and we're going to rotate it. We're going to rotate it out in that direction, like that. However, when you rotate the foot out in this direction like that, you will realize that the knee, there's a lot of space that has been generated in the knee right here. So what we have to do to compensate for that, we have to grab the knee control, use our move tool, and bring in back the knee. Because we don't want any space to open up between here. But we want the feet to point on the passing position at frame 9. We want it to point out like that. At frame 13, we're going to have it tilt in that direction. Notice that the knee, there's a gap opening here, so we'll grab the knee control, use the move tool and close that back up. But not only that, there is a slight tilt. When we grab the foot control from this angle, we're going to tilt the foot like that. This creates a bit of a dynamic, and we're going to rotate it out like that. So that when she's walking, it will look as if there's life in her feet. We're not going to trouble we're not going to trouble the foot at the frame 17. We're going to leave it as is. We're only editing frame 13, which is the up position, and frame 9, which is the passing position, by rotating the leg outwards. And on the 13, we rotate it outwards, but we tilt it up a little bit like that. So that's 13 and 17. And we're going to do it on the other side. So when she raises her foot in the passing position here at frame 25, we're going to grab the foot control. We're going to rotate it outwards in this direction. And we're going to rotate, just rotating it out in that direction. Notice that the gap has now opened up. We're going to grab the knee control, move it back over. We're going to go to frame 20. That was frame 25. Go to frame 29. Select the foot. Rotate it outwards like that. Have the foot tilt a little like that. That looks a bit. You have to know. You have to make it that it doesn't look bent. To grab the knee control and move it, because there's a little gap opening here. We move that back like that. And when we scrub through our animation, you'll realize that she has her ankles now twisting. So that's pretty much